AITA for firing an employee after his parents died? I'm the VP of sales at a software company, and one of our sales development reps' parents passed away at the beginning of April. Sadly, they were involved in a car crash, and both lost their lives. Now the employee in question is a very young 22-year-old guy, and has been with us for about 10 months now. He's a great employee and we were thinking about promotions in the next /6 months for him. His job is a high-paying one for a new grad. About /90k with commission and base, so we expect a lot from this position. Because of the accident, we let him take a 1-month paid leave of absence and work, and he's returned a few weeks ago, and his performance is severely lacking. He's super unmotivated. Not cold calling. Outreaching to prospects for the last 2 to 3 weeks enough since he's come back. Our whole MGMT team has noticed this, and we decided to let him go because we feel like he'd need months and months to be able to produce again, and we can't just wait that long. We called him into a meeting on Friday afternoon and gave him the bad news. He was very calm and rude about it. Told us to go fuck ourselves and got up and went to his desk, grabbed his few things and left. I thought this was very unprofessional and extremely rude. I told my boyfriend about all of this, and he said myself and my MGMT team are a bunch of asses and pricks with no hearts. AITA? /update // holy fuck, this blew up. I know this was shitty of me now. And I reached out to him to see how he's holding up. He's staying at his GF's place and she's supporting him a lot right now. I offered to get my headhunter friend in touch with him when he's ready and he accepted. Info: you gave him no warnings about his performance? This and no check-ins on his mental health? That's a fucking traumatic situation. AITA. Surely this is a shit post. God, I hope this is a shit post. You are absolutely the asshole. 100% AITA. Death is incredibly serious and takes time to heal from. He is a human being. I'm so appalled that you made the decision to do that. The stress of losing people you hold close is completely unimaginable. I can't even begin to understand how much worse that gets after you lose your income directly after. Seriously. I'm just so disgusted with this action. Especially considering he was a great employee who you seem to feel had room to grow with the company. I'm as disgusted as you are by these people's actions. Even more so, since they don't even see what they did was wrong and need us all to say it before they even understand. Op and co sound like some really shitty people to me. RSSHOLE. AITA. AITA for firing him without first going through the steps of describing his issues to him and giving him a chance to improve. He's been back for only 2 to 3 weeks. It's not about having heart. It's about making a dumb business decision for both you and him. So much smarter to work with this guy to get him back on track after a temporary setback than to push the eject button and have to find and start over with a new person. Dumb. Completely agree. Our whole MGMT team has noticed this, and we decided to let him go because we feel like he'd need months and months to be able to produce again, and we can't just wait that long. What really stands out about this comment is that they apparently don't believe that any new employee needs time to get back up to speed. They will definitely be able to find a new employee, hire that person, have him/her complete training, and be completely up to speed in less time than it would take the original employee to hear the news and get back into the old routine. Obviously, firing and new hiring is the way to go. /s. I told my boyfriend about all of this, and he said myself and my MGMT team are a bunch of asses and pricks with no hearts. BF ain't wrong. But even if I remove the emotional aspect and look at this from a pure business perspective, they're just stupid. AITA. Op. AITA. Generally, people receive a warning about their performance before they get fired. You gave him bereavement leave and then fired him immediately after because he wasn't performing. Yeah, something similar happened to me with an injury. I took some time off and they fired me almost immediately after my return because I wasn't performing to standards. Like WTF. If someone takes time off, it's for a reason, and coming back will take anyone some time to adjust. This poor dude was probably still swamped in emails and voicemails and this unable to show enthusiasm and make cold calls. Fuck Opus. Such a ducking arsehole and a very bad manager. AITA, there were better options than just straight up firing him. Maybe have a meeting about his job performance? See if he needs counseling? This dude is clearly in the depths of despair. Firing him was immature. Maybe even give him more than 1 month of bereavement for his entire family literally dying. AITA. Your employee needed more support and deserved an opportunity to improve. The employee should have been coached and offered mental health assistance. Edit. Double check to make sure. Both parents unexpectedly at the beginning of April. So at best 2 months ago. Absolutely awful thing you've done. AITA. You expected him to be up and ready to work his ass off after only 1 month. He's 22 years old, man. He lost his parents. They won't be there for him for his promotion, wedding, children. He's trying to process all this. And you and those assholes with no hearts decided that you can't wait for him to recover. Of course you're the asshole. At least own up to it. This is what gets me the most, how young he is. He just barely stopped being a kid and he lost both his parents. Then they had the audacity to fire him. AITA. It is clear that he is suffering from depression over the loss of his parents, and instead of talking to him about it, you guys decided to just outright fire him. That was not something he needed at all. AITA. Without a doubt. You gave him 2 to 3 weeks after he came back before you fired him. That's not enough time to start underperforming and be fired for someone who didn't experience such a tragedy. If you really cared or were a decent company, you'd find him a mentor. Maybe start pulling him aside and coaching him. Find ways to bring up the problems, but making it work for you both for at least a couple months. Wow. I mean, they could have at least said, hey, this is a problem. Yup. Congrats, AITA. If this isn't a shit post, well done. You pulled a poor mourning kid's remaining stability and livelihood out from under him. 4 weeks after his parents passed away. Hope the rest of the team's morale stays high after this one. What irritates me is that she/he even claims that this kid was a good employee and that they were thinking about promotions in the next 6 months. The kid's poor performance is obviously due to him being in mourning. AITA. I've been a manager for a fair while and this is a horrid way of dealing with it. I'd be surprised if he doesn't take your company to an ombudsman for an unfair dismissal. Where was the caution? Warnings? Written letters? Hopefully he'll have your company and you over a barrel. Edit. Tie for the silver. And holy shit. Who knew the states was so backwards that you can't take your employer to court for an unfair dismissal? Glad I don't live there. Here's hoping. AITA 100%. You'll be lucky if he doesn't go kill himself after this. Honestly, his life just got destroyed and you took the only thing he had to distract him from it away. AITA. You are a stupid, heartless asshole. The guy's parents just died. He is obviously grieving. And your solution is to just can his ass. You and your management team sound toxic. I wouldn't treat a problem employee this way. Let alone an otherwise good performer. Aside from the inhumanity of it, it creates a negative work environment that affects everyone's performance. An employee like this absolutely deserves an opportunity to address the performance issues before being dismissed. Damn. You're 100% a giant stinky asshole for this. My best friend lost both of his parents in a similar fashion. And his employer was phenomenal about easing him back into the role, providing feedback, and supporting him along the way as he acclimated. Most importantly, they didn't abandon him. And he now speaks candidly about how having a job and purpose kept him engaged and provided him with a reason to go on and not take his own life too. And what did y'all do? Sure. You have him a month of bereavement. And then treated him like every other normal employee upon his return. Can you practice a little empathy here? If both your parents passed away in your early 20s, would a month be sufficient for your grieving? Maybe you're some sort of advanced human. But this happens to my friend at age 29 in 2016, and he still lives his life one day at a time. This is an excellent case of when you, as a manager, should have practiced equity over equality. Holding him to the standard of non-grieving employees is bananas. Y'all are wildin'. And the guilt that's gnawing away at your conscience? Well deserved. #YTA. Your company is filled with horrible people. I thought this was very unprofessional and extremely rude. If you think this is very unprofessional and rude, and then you follow up in the comments saying sales is a cruel world. Yeah. Fuck you. AITA. You guys, how come every post is NTA? Why don't more assholes post here? Also you guys, fuck you. Asshole. You deserve to die. Bitch ass cunt. My wonder why people might be nervous to post here? It is mystery. Read the goddamn rules. I had to ban hundreds of you for violating rules 1 and 5 in this thread. Message the mods, https link with any questions or concerns that are not answered in our FAQ, https link, or our full rulebook, https link. PM me about this, and I will ban you. If you enjoyed this video then hit the like button, and subscribe if you'd like to see more future videos.